Education is our future. Farmers are this nation's backbone.
That little guy's a weirdo. I'm gonna smoke that clown.
We've got some work to do, right?
How you doing?
Hate to break it to you, friend, but your balloon's getting ready to pop.
I've worked on more campaigns than most people have. By the time they're 40, he's the only one that's gonna actually make a difference in people's lives.
Dignity matters.
You were off the campaign, but you thought it was important to fix things.
In every civilization and culture, politics play its vital role. From ancient Greek to modern society, politics and politicians have always been there. It will not be wrong to say that this phenomena has a very strong effect on today's literature and arts. Like books, many films have been created with a base of political motive or politicians itself. That's why today's countdown is comprised of such films. So welcome to the film gossips and let's get started. At number 5, we got For Vendetta.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
Those caught in violation of curfew will be prosecuted without leniency or exception.
Who are you? It was like those black bags erased them from the face of the earth.
One of the finest gems from British cinema, this movie is totally based on a political ideology. Adapted from a British graphic novel of the same name, this film was written by the Wachowskis and directed by James McTeague. This political action film is heavily comprised of political ideologies like anarchy, civil libertarianism, and democracy. The story of this film follows a young girl who met with a mysterious man called We. As the story progresses, We becomes a symbol of courage and hope for suppressed people through his rebellion against the government. Natalie Portman and Hugo Weaving are in leading roles alongside John Hurt and Stephen Ray. The amazing direction of McTeague, wonderful acting skills of the cast with great cinematography made this film a critical and commercial success. Upon its release in 2005, For Vendetta became a commercial success and earned $132.5 million against a budget of $54 million.
I wish I wasn't afraid all the time, but I am.
It's past curfew, you know.
At number 4, we got JFK.
If I give you the name of the big enchilada, you know, then it's Bon Voyage Dino.
I saw a flash of light in the bushes, and then shots rang out.
You don't believe me? All this time, you never believed me.
The assassination of John F. Kennedy is still considered a conspiracy. Though people know the murderer of the USA president, but few people know the mysterious facts behind this tragedy. Academy Award winner director Oliver Stone tried his best to answer some of the unknown facts reported by the Warren Commission. Based on 2 books by Jim Garrison and Jim Marrs, this political thrill movie is a depiction of real events after the assassination of Kennedy. The investigation and analysis of these events are provided by Jim Garrison, the same man who investigated this whole conspiracy in real life. The representation of cruel politics and the world in which politicians live is very authentic. Kevin Costner is in the leading role of Garrison, where Gary Oldman, Kevin Bacon, and Tommy Lee Jones are in supporting roles. Upon its release in 1991, it became an instant hit on the box office and was nominated for 8 Oscar awards.
No cloak and dagger stuff, you know. They call it Operation Mongoose.
We found this in your office. We think the conference room is also bugged, maybe the phones.
This thing's bigger than all of us.
Now, how many corpses is it gonna take for you lawyers to figure out what you want?
People got to know why he was killed.
At number 3, we got Malcolm X.
What's your name?
Malcolm Little.
No. That's the name of the slave masters who own your family.
He was a pusher, a hustler, a thief.
You ready to tackle the streets?
Yeah, I'm ready. You're not an American. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Malcolm X was an African-American person and a prominent figure in civil rights movement. His stance on human rights, especially African Americans during the movement, made him popular throughout the whole world. His assassination on February 21, 1965 made him a martyr for suppressed people and communities around the globe. Even though there are a lot of books and films in which his ideologies are a topic of discussion, but this 1992 movie, written and directed by Spike Lee, is best for this purpose. Starring talented actor Denzel Washington in the title role, this film tells every important thing about Malcolm. His struggle and fight for black people's rights and his conversion to Islam are also depicted in this picture. This project of Spike Lee was a complete success and it is preserved in the National Film Registry of USA.
He was a prisoner who set himself free.
A Muslim must be strikingly upright. I will not touch the white man's drugs.
Respected, convicted.
I suggest you look outside that window.
You've been laying down and bowing down for 400 years.
State your number, little.
I forgot it.
At number 2, we got Lincoln.
Congress must never declare equal those whom God created unequal.
Come February the 1st, I intend to sign the 13th Amendment. I am the President of the United States, clothed in immense power.
Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the USA, is considered the most important president of America's history. His revolutionary work on the extermination of slavery and the end of the Civil War were his greatest achievements. But if you want to feel the historic moments when slavery was ended by USA government, then thank Steven Spielberg, who created this cinematic wonder. This film is about the crucial time of both the country and its president when the 13th Amendment of the Constitution was being passed. Daniel Day-Lewis, the living legend, portrayed Lincoln and won his 3rd Oscar for Best Acting. This film received 12 nominations and out of them, it won 2.
We are stepped out upon the world stage now, with the fate of human dignity in our hands.
Abraham Lincoln has asked us to work with him to accomplish the death of slavery.
Shall we stop this bleeding?
At number 1, we got Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is a significant picture because it emphasizes democracy.
By far the greatest picture of filmdom's top director, a homespun boy and a hard-boiled, worldly wise girl in a picture carved out of the everyday lives of everyday Americans.
You have heard about the saying, old is gold. Well, you can discuss its accuracy, but here it is 100% true. Directed by Frank Capra, this classic film from the classic era of Hollywood is a masterpiece. Featuring James Stewart and John Arthur in leading roles, this film follows a newly appointed US senator who stood alone against a corrupt system and people. Yet this film is 82 years old, but its charm and realism will baffle you. This is the first major movie in which the concept of a whistleblower is used in a very intelligent way. Despite being a critical and commercial success, this movie had a significant impact on US politics as well as on this specific genre. That's why it deserves number 1 spot in today's countdown.
With those inimitable Capra overtones of drama, laughter and romance, plus the finest supporting cast ever assembled.
A lot of other good films have been excluded from this list. If you feel these films are worth including, tell us in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe our channel, The Film Gossips, for more amazing videos.